Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you? As I'm like, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. How's
Good.
your weather? How's your
Nice.
weather?
It's
Is it nice?
beautiful. It is, but it's so unfortunate because there's pollen everywhere. We're in
Oh,
our pollen,
oh.
so you want to be out there, but you don't.
You don't, yeah. It's been, well, I was talking about this. Last week was supposed to be like rainy and icky,
Mhm.
but it's been really nice. But
That-
last night and now today, I can even see the trees are like bent. It is
Aw,
so super windy.
windy,
So
yeah.
yeah, my eye keeps leaking because
I know
allergies.
my eyes are twitching.
Like, hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, Jackie Bates. Hello, Miss Linda. Hi, Pam. So as you can see right here, we're popping your name up on the screen. That's our way of saying hello to you. So hello, Sheila and Cheryl. Hello, Miss Linda. Hi, Sue. So welcome everybody to Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. My name is Teri Lightsey, and I have the fabulous Lisa from Crazy Mom Creations with us today.
Oh, hello everyone.
Hello. And you know what I realized? We're sitting there chit-chatting that I didn't even give you the full view so you could see what your camera looks like, but
I was gonna say it looks different today. That's okay.
usually I always say, "Oh, here's how you look," and then we go on. But we were just chit chatting, so that's what I always do. I get we get backstage, and a lot of the times I don't get to talk to the creators face to face or computer to computer until they're back here with me. So we catch up and chit chat and all the things. So at least we were on time.
Back.
I know. Remember, everybody, if you remember the first time Lisa was on, she was like, so hello. So, as usual, on Saturdays, Decoupage Queen gives away a goodie bag full of Decoupage Queen rice papers. All that we ask is that you make sure you're following Crazy Mom Creations and you make sure you're following Decoupage Queen. Please make sure you go over and don't tell me that.
I did the thumb.
Before you tell me to get your name on the wheel, please make sure you take a look at your phone. Tap on the screen. The easiest way is just tap right here on us. If you see right here, down here, it says following. If it says good, head over to the other page, wherever you're at. If you're on Decoupage Queen, head over to Crazy Mom Creations, vice versa. Tap on the screen. If it says following, you're good to go. Then let me know, and I'll put your name on the wheel. If it says follow, you got to make sure you hit the refollow button or the follow button because unfortunately, Facebook is on its little thing again, as always, actually. And It's been unfollowing a ton of people. A ton. So please re-verify before you do any of that. Also, if this is your first time here on Creative Hour with us, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. If you're on Lisa's page and you're wondering why the heck she looks different today, it's because on Creative Hour, we ask our creators to please turn their device landscape. So if you want to see the full screen, you're going to need to turn landscape. If not, that's why she looks a little different today. She's only taken up a quarter of your screen. And it's because she's on Decoupage Queen today. So if you have any questions, you can get them in the comments. I see all the comments. I'll make sure to read them off to Lisa. And if you're ready, I'll now show you what your full screen looks like.
Okay. All right.
Hi, guys. She's like, okay, I can take that.
All right, I can do that. I'm getting the feel for the land here, so I'm just trying to get my B7000 to work. I haven't used it in a while. It's getting a little stuck, but we'll deal with that later.
See, every Saturday, Jackie Bates says thought I was following Lisa, but nope. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, thank you, Jackie. I know. I noticed about 50 of my friends have gone away. So double check, you guys. I made a post yesterday about that, but just double check, okay? Okay, so let me first show you the beautiful paper we're going to use. This is called the 4th of July 4-pack. And it's amazing. So I'm going to show you the prints. This is the first one on the top left. It says the day we celebrate. Look how cute this one is down here. It says the day we celebrate. I love that. I love this one because I love bald eagles. So you guys know I am all about patriotic crafting. But today we're going to use this little girl here. She reminds me of Annie.
Oh, she does.
Right? So I have to...
So we all know that when we see these vintage 4-packs, it's always because Teresa collects these actual postcards. And so when she's got a grouping that works together, then she will actually release them. But yeah, so they're actual postcards that she has.
I didn't know that.
Yep. She has a ton of them that she's collected.
That's
a ton.
I will have to keep that in mind if I come across any really good ones to send off to her.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that. I'm just going to cut this with scissors, you guys, because the edges of this is going to be covered anyway, so we don't have to make it look, you know, fussy cut or anything special. So I'm just cutting as close to the edge of the print as I can get. How is everybody's weather today? Here on Long Island, it is beautiful. I was just telling Terry, but it is raining pollen like crazy. I am up
Which would be a nightmare my allergies are bad. It's usually just like itchy eyes for me. But oh my goodness, Trevor gets it always. Eyes, throat, sneezing.
Okay, so here she is. And if you can see in the back, the background here, it's a gray. You have the Statue of Liberty up here and some writing. So stinking cute. So I love her. I fell in love with her. And I think she has some blue or green eyes. So we are going to if you guys want me to turn my camera up or down, just let me know. I'm trying to figure out how to get it straighter.
Yeah. You're in screen right now. I'll let you know if you go out.
Okay. I'm working on getting it back further. Each time so you get a little more of my face. All right, so then I'm going to take just some white fabric. You could probably do this on any fabric, but I chose the white so that this way we don't have to worry about painting or lightening it up so that the print really shows through. I feel like I'm crooked still. Hang on.
See, I know y'all, some of you think, oh my gosh, Terry, you're always saying the same things over and over. But Jeanette says, unreal. I was not following Lisa.
Oh,
That's 2 already, y'all.
I noticed.
So now you guys know why I say it every Saturday.
I don't usually check my follower count, but I was just playing around last night when I couldn't fall asleep, and I clicked on the 3 dots just to see like the actual number, and I was like, oh my goodness, like 50 people are gone. So, and I keep hearing people say that they're losing. So I don't know if, they're just automatically removing you guys or what's happening.
Yeah, because for me, it's not, there was this theory like, oh, if you're not active and you don't comment, yada, yada, yada. No, I've got some of the folks that comment and watch every day that have been with me since the beginning. They get unfollowed. So it's very random.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to be a little particular with this, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we're leaving a little bit of edge around it. And the reason why is because the first part of this craft, we're going to turn this into a pillow.
Oh.
Okay. But I need to have a little bit of border for 2 reasons. And you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to try and get this one just about the same size, hopefully. I'd rather do it a little bigger than smaller because I can always cut more off later if I need.
So Laurel says it's a stormy day in Nashville, a perfect day to stay in and create.
Absolutely. I would love to go to Nashville. It's like on the top of my list.
Pam says we've had severe thunderstorms for the past 2 days. I've got a 90-foot pine tree laying in my yard. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, Pam. Well, thank God it's laying in your yard. And
yes.
Not, right?
On something.
Okay. Let me grab, if I didn't forget to bring it out here.
Buenas tardes, Marisela.
Was that Spanish, Terry?
I was just saying good afternoon to yes, to Maricela.
I didn't know that you spoke Spanish.
Oh, I've taken many years. I can understand it better than I can speak it anymore. But you know, our dialect, is Ilocano, which is very similar to Spanish. So a lot of our words are actually the same.
Are they really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? You told me that. Remember when I did that slipper craft?
Yes.
Slipper craft? We were talking about that then, I think. Guys, so I'm just putting some Mod Podge on this, and I'm going really thick with the Mod Podge because I want to make sure I get everything covered. So I think a little bit extra is better than not having enough here. I don't want it lifting off the fabric once we get it down. Make sure that you get your edges really good because you don't want them lifting.
Now, Lois, New Jersey has gorgeous weather now. Rain later as we go out.
Oh, no.
Oh, Pam said that it missed her house by 2 feet.
Oh, my goodness. Thank God, Pam.
Oh.
That's crazy. All right, I'm going to try and get this about as good, not centered, because I need more space at the bottom. And again, you'll see why in a minute.
Thank you all who are doing all the sharing. We appreciate that. It helps so very much.
Yes, thank you guys. And thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my favorite part of this day always is? Seeing who wins that goodie bag at the end.
Oh.
I always get so excited, even though it's not for me. I think that's so awesome that they do that every week.
It is.
Okay, so she's down. I'm going to take a fresh piece of parchment paper because this one has all glue on it now. And we're just going to iron over her. I want to get her stuck really good.
Absolutely beautiful in Michigan. Great walking weather, says Sandy.
Nice. Is anybody dealing with the pollen still, or are you guys all done with that?
Connie says it's finally sunny here. We got 7 inches of rain this past week. Good googly moogly.
But you know what? I want the rain. Last week or the week before, I was complaining about us having a lot of rain, but now I just want it to come and wash all this green.
All the pollen, right?
Yes. We're kind of getting to the end of it, I think. I hope anyway. I always notice Mother's Day. Mother's Day weekend is kind of like sometimes the worst, and then it gets a little better after that. So hopefully by next weekend it'll start clearing out, because we all suffer. Okay, so that worked out beautifully. Okay, now just think about this, guys. I've only ever seen Teri, I think, put one of these prints on fabric. You've put it on fabric, right, Teri?
I a bunch of times, yes.
I believe I saw you once or twice do it. But I've never done it. So you can do so many things with this. You could just leave it as it is like that. You could make it like a flag, right? Mm-hmm. And it's part of the fabric now. I contemplated going over it with Mod Podge just to make the ends stay down. What do you think, Teri? Like, do these stay pretty well on the fabric?
They're gonna stay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only reason why I'm not gonna do it is because I feel like it's gonna take a little bit to dry, or no, it won't. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
It won't take a while to dry?
No, I mean, you didn't put a whole ton on. Plus, you heat set it.
If I
What
put
do you?
Mod Podge over it, I mean, to
Oh,
seal it.
yeah. It's. I mean, depending on how thick of a layer you do, it's gonna take. But I wouldn't say it's any longer than normal, Lisa, because I've done stockings, aprons, jackets.
And you go over them always?
Yes,
You do.
always. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Miss Lisa Middle Miss. So we're on Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. Decoupage Queen gives away a goodie bag of Decoupage Queen rice papers. All you need to do is make sure you're following creative hour is in creative Crazy Mom Creations. This wasn't gonna work altogether, Teri. You just need to make sure you're following Crazy Mom Creations and Decoupage Queen. And then once you verified you're following both, then you just let me know and I get your name on the wheel. Now that she's probably thoroughly confused as to all that gibberish I just spoke.
You're here, Lisa, so that's half the battle. Make sure you're still following me, because I know you were, but make sure you're still following me, and then make sure you're following Decoupage Queen also. And make sure you're following the Decoupage Queen that has a large number. I think it's like 60 something thousand, because there is another Decoupage Queen, Teri.
Oh yeah, they did that so that happened as we were going live one day with that retailer. They put that up and everybody was saying like, Teri, what is this? And we didn't know. And so yeah, and we can't get it they won't take it down.
Is that a fake account?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I know, every time I type in Decoupage Queen on Facebook,
the other one comes up.
That one comes up first for me.
Yeah, if you block it, then it won't.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think that. So make sure you guys do that too. Find the smaller Decoupage Queen. I think they have like 600 followers, and block that so that you don't ever.
Because I haven't looked lately, but I think it has my face on it with one of the retailers it happened like, I think the first year we started Creative Hour, they did that page.
One day I was trying to find them on Facebook, and the real page wasn't coming up at all. Like after I finally figured out I was on a fake account, I still couldn't find it, and I was like, where is it? But yet it was showing me the fake one.
Mm-hmm. So no, you just used regular Mod Podge, right?
Just regular Mod Podge. This is from the Dollar Tree. It's matte finish.
Yeah. So she did not use the textile. You guys have seen that. I've used the textile, but you really use what you all have. Use what you have.
And Teri, I was just going to say, like, anything I'm using, I just don't have fancy things yet. But if there's like, I always see you guys using alternatives, like just like say what they are, because then I know what to look for.
Yeah. So there is a textile decoupage varnish and glue textile that I use, as well as a fabric medium that I use every time I decoupage on fabric.
All right, I think we're done with our iron, so I'm going to shut it off just so I don't like burn my.
Lois wants to know, how's Aiden's driving going?
It's going. It's going. You guys saw, I think he passed his road test.
Yes, ma'am, we did.
So he is legit, but he doesn't seem to understand. Like the day after, or the day after the day after he passed, he was like, "Oh, Mom, his girlfriend,
give me the keys. I'm ready to go."
No, well,
okay.
His girlfriend had a job interview, and it was on like a Saturday, and so he was like, Madison has a job interview. He's like, can we take her, or can I take her? And I said, no. I said, we can take her. And he's like, why? I have a license now. And I said, you have a license to drive to and from school and work. He goes, well, she might work there. And I was like, she might work there, but you don't work there. And he's like, well, I can just tell them that I was coming from work. And I'm like,
oh my bananas.
like, how are you coming from work with her in the car? Does she work with you? Like, no. I said, you can drive and I will be in the back seat, but I said, you can't take her by yourself. No, that's not happening. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he thinks he's just, he's coming up with all these excuses that he can tell the police officer. And I was like, you just got your license. Like, don't you want to keep it?
Right?
If you get pulled over, he's like, Mom, he's like, they're not going to give me a hard time. And I said, but if they do or they wanted to, they could take your license away. Like, it's just that simple. You encounter the wrong cop on the wrong day, you're not going to have a license.
Exactly.
And you just worked so hard to get it. Like, don't do that. So, I don't know if it's a teenage thing or a boy thing or what.
It's an excitement thing, they just got, just got his license. I'm ready to hand over the keys, Mom.
He's going to have plenty of opportunity. As soon as school ends, he already has a job for the summer with the town. So he's going to be driving himself every day to work in just like a month and a half. You know what I mean? So there's no rush.
Hi, Elizabeth. Troy's doing good. He actually just came down the stairs. And then Elizabeth also says, miss seeing you, Lisa.
Hi, Elizabeth. I miss you too, my friend. Okay. So I kind of wish that I had left a little more space up top. I'm hoping it doesn't give us a problem, but you'll see why in a minute. So we essentially just have now this pocket. So what I did when I was gluing, I glued all the sides. And then at the bottom here, I left a nice lip, if you can see, because we're going to stuff this now. I'm going to put our polyfill in. But if you had turned this the other way, now you could turn this into like a little bag, a little purse, right?
So cute.
So many things. All right. So we're going to try, I'd say try. We're going to try to stuff this now with some polyfill. And we're not making a purse or a pillow, you guys. We're making something else. So you're going to have to stay.
You guys see her grin? She's got like that cheeky grin, like she's up to something.
Well, because I keep saying pillow and all that, but technically this part is the pillow, but this isn't the whole craft. I'm crossing my fingers because I've never really done this, so I hope it works and that it comes out cute. Even if it doesn't, you guys can see the steps that we're going through. So if I make any missteps, then you'll just know where to not make those if you try. Right?
Exactly. So next Saturday, I'm doing an event with Lisa.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen my back cabinet here, but I can't wait till our event. Things are falling off.
Okay. All right. So I think this is going to work. I didn't stuff it too much. I just gave it just to have a little, so it wasn't flat, because I want it to have a little bit of substance. And this stays on the fabric so nicely. Like I can press on the print. It's not ruining it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like almost like it's part of the fabric. This is so neat. I'm going to be putting these prints on like everything now.
Lois says all your things come out cute.
Oh, thank you, Lois. I miss you. I really want to get this flat, okay? So bear with me. And if I'm shaking you, I apologize.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? So now, all right, so here's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm going to try and close this pocket now, but just to where the fill is. You see how there's still space in between the fill and the top? I just want it closed where the fill is because we want this to have a flap still. So let's see.
Hi, Debbie Stancliffe. Hello, Miss Edie.
Hi, you guys.
So Fiona says she misses you, Lisa.
Oh, I miss you, Fiona. I miss all of you guys. I'm really sorry. It's like the change of seasons here. So there's different stuff going on with school and the boys. And then Mikey just started T-ball, as you guys know, not too long ago. So we've been having, and his father volunteered to coach, which means I'm coaching. Also, so I'm doing that, and you know what I mean? And I have some time here and there, but I've really been just like trying to get on top of things in my house, and that kind of stuff. And I've really been trying to be better with my 9 to 5 job, which has done wonders for me, because that's like a big part of my stress and anxiety. You know, I work my work week, but then we have documentation to do that I don't get finished in the field. So
Oh yeah.
I spend a
Oh
lot of my
yeah.
time every single night doing that. And for a long time, I was putting it off and putting it off. And then the weekend would come. And a lot of my weekend I spent doing that. So I've really during the week been trying to stay on top of it, you know, and it's working and I feel better. So like this weekend, I'm done with my work. I don't have to think about it. I can do more things with the kids and around the house. All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it only took me 12 years, but you know.
Jeanette, right there by the comment. So right there where it says write a comment, there's a little arrow that's pointing to the right. If you click that arrow, that's how you share.
Okay, so let's show you what I just did because I don't know if you guys got the gist. So all three sides were glued first, and then we just went in and glued the bottom. But you see how we left a nice flap there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to use that flap now. And I might go at the end and do some pretty things to the print. I contemplated putting tiny gems on each of the stars.
Oh,
I might do that. I contemplated doing her stars on her hat or using some diamond dust in there somewhere. But I don't want to do that yet because we still have to like do things and I don't want to mess it up if I add them. So we're going to do our things and then we'll see what we want to add. All right, so I'm going to take this space now here that's open. You see that? And have you guys all seen my fabric bundles, my patriotic fabric bundles? We had so many different choices because it's a wonderful fabric bundle. It's incredible. And I was sitting there last night on my floor, putting them all out next to the print. And I was like, they're all wonderful. So I just decided to go with the straight solid ones.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's backward for you, but
no, it comes. Oh, what do you mean backwards?
Like if it's red, white, and blue? Or
yeah, we are flipped. You got to flip it the proper way. So right now it goes blue, white. There you go. Flip it. There you go. Now it's red, white, and blue.
Okay. For me, when I look backward. So these are just regular cotton, this one and this one. I didn't really have anything that had any special character, but that's kind of fine. But this one's like a little bit of a deeper red, and it's almost like a sari silk. It has a sheen. It's a little thicker than a sari silk, but it's shiny. So you probably can't pick it up in the camera, but it's gorgeous. So does anybody know what we're doing now? Can anyone guess? I'll give you a hint. I mean,
cool.
You probably
the colors are perfect.
Those are perfect. We're gonna attach them down to the bottom of this. So it's kind of going to be almost like flag-ish like, but not. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Hi, Nicole. Is that Nicole?
Yes.
How are you?
All Carol right. Ann says, a banner.
A banner. Yeah, banner. Now, I don't really know how long I want these, so I left them pretty long. This is how long they come in the bundles, by the way. I mean, they're huge. Look how long this is. It's like 2 of my body's lengths. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do them in halves because I don't think I want it any longer than that. But I don't know how much shorter I want. So I'm just going to take it, pinch it in the middle like that. And then I'm going to glue it down.
Lisa says, a windsock.
Is that what this is called?
I'll be honest. I've never heard it called that before.
No?
No.
I don't even know if this has a name. It's just the thing that I guess, would hang in the wind. And it doesn't have to. You could
You
just,
know what I think about every time I think about things like this is, the doggone, like the green Gumby that like the car dealers have when the wind's blowing and the Gumby's flopping all around.
it's almost kind of like a kite.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, windsock, that's new to me. I'm sorry, y'all probably like, you're dumb.
I don't think I've ever really heard of a windsock either, but it makes sense.
Yeah, just totally.
All right, and so at the bottom here, like I said, I don't know if this is going to be too long and I'm going to cut them, but I'm going to like leave them staggered so that they're not the same length because I want them to have that like scatter-ish type of look.
Yes.
Okay, so we're just, now I'm gluing these to the bottom layer, the one that's on the table, not the top, the flap. Once I get them all in here, we're going to glue that flap closed.
Good morning, Nikki Hunter. Troy's doing good. He's right here just doing all the things, pushing different names onto the wheel, unplugging and plugging things, doing Troy stuff.
Oh, he does the wheel? He does the wheel, Terry?
Oh, he's doing it now. He's got pluses and minuses. And
awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Troy. Okay. So one thing I wanted to do first, actually, because I know how my brain works, I'm going to take a white one and I'm going to put 2 of those down first. And that's just going to kind of be my cue to stop putting red ones down and start with the blue. So I'm going to eyeball about where I want.
Gotcha. I see what you're doing. So you don't like go over. Yeah. Gotcha. That makes sense.
Me, I'll just keep going and then be like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait, I have other colors. Applying transfers. So yeah, yesterday on my live, I'm sitting here and I turned because Troy's sitting behind me on the floor and I turned and he had grabbed one of my transfers and transferred it right onto his laptop screen and his little mousy pad. And I was like, all right, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh my God. So you guys see what I did there? So I just set off the white. So now I know the red will stop here and the blue will start here.
Oh, Lois said add bells and it will make noise in the wind.
Yes, I intend to do that. We probably won't do that right now here today because I don't see any. I do see a red one, but I kind of think I would want to add some rusty ones. And I don't have any.
Ooh, yes.
I don't have any small rusty ones. I have some big ones, but I don't want to do big ones.
Sissy Walker says, looks good, Lisa.
Thank you, Sissy. How are you?
My god sister's name is Sissy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I don't see that name very often.
No. Isn't there an actress with that name? Sissy?
Yes. Sissy
Basic, right?
Basic, right? When you say something, you're like, yeah, no, that's not right. That was that stall.
You're like,
Sissy Space. Oh my God, Terry, I need to send you a picture. We had industrial fans in our home temp, and they had huge plastic vent tubes going out every upstairs window. Looks just like the Carmite Gumby guy. Oh, gotcha.
How it's coming along, you guys?
Oh, our Grace is here. Grace and Sunflowers.
Hi, Grace. How are you? Grace was just talking on her live yesterday how she arranged a folder system to put all of her Decoupage Queen papers in.
Aww.
And I said, well, tell me what it is because I'm getting quite the collection myself. And
I know you are.
I keep them in the mailing folders because I feel like that's the safest bet right now.
So they stay, yeah.
Yeah, because those folders are pretty solid that your papers come in. So they're nice for storage. You can't see through them, but that's okay.
Hi, Stacy. You're never late, Miss Donna. Hello.
Is that Donna M?
Donna Fairman?
Oh, no. Different Donna. Well, hi, Donna.
Stacy Eakin says hello.
Hi, Stacy.
So we kind of, I don't know, I probably said something and then side, squirrel. But next Saturday, Lisa is having an event for all of the small businesses like we did. Was it last month?
I think it was not April. We did one in March, I think.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, we kind of skipped April just to give everybody a little more time to gather stuff.
Yeah, so please make sure you are following and keep an eye out because it will be another fun one.
Yeah, I'm so excited. We're going to start really posting all the flyers this week, you guys. So on any of our pages, you'll see all the event details. But I think our first presenter is at 10 a.m. And then our last presenter, I think, is 9 p.m. So it's going to be all day. You can go to the creators' pages or you can watch along in the Crazy Crafting Crew.
Crazy Crafting Crew is just the easiest way. All you do is just stay in there and just refresh and you don't miss anything.
And we might put together some giveaways for the day. So you're going to want to watch. I haven't figured out what they'll be. I think I might gift away one of my Christmas boxes.
Oh.
I will have some for sale. They are just tons of brand new. A lot of it is ribbon and picks from Michaels. So, yeah, I'm going to have some of those boxes for sale. But I think we may do a gift away of one of those boxes too. So
that was Eastern time, 10 Eastern. Valerie.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. 10 Eastern a.m. I'm trying to think of who the first creator is. I think it's Debbie. Miss Debbie. And I don't want to say the name of her page until I know in my head I've got it fully correct. I'll say it wrong and then I'll feel terrible afterwards. So until
Create with D and L says, "Hey girl."
Hey girl, how are you? Thank you for hopping on. Are you childless this weekend? Lynn's been on grandma duty for the last few weekends, so.
That's okay, Valerie. I'm in California too, so I always just assume anymore because there's not many of us that are on the West Coast, so I always just assume it's Eastern time.
You guys see how that came out?
I like that. I really like that ribbon.
Really pretty. What did Lisa call it? A sock? A windsock?
Windsock.
I don't know, but I like that name for it, so I'll take it. Well, wait, aren't windsocks usually like cylinder, like cylindric? Is that a word?
Oh, is that what they are actually called?
They're
I
like
know exactly which one. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And then streamers like hang from the bottom. That's, I think, a windsock.
Gotcha.
Yes, I think I have heard of that. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. We've got our.
I love that. Those colors are actually perfect.
They are. Again, I don't know if you can see it, but like I said, I have so many of the fabrics and it was a hard choice, but I just said, you know what? I love this red and it goes perfectly, like, because on her hat, it's a little dark over here and this red matches it almost perfectly. So I said,
she actually says, I am grandchildless. They officially moved to New Hampshire on Wednesday.
Aw. Oh, Lynn, I forgot to tell you. I wanted to call you last night. We're going to Camelback. I finally booked it's not a vacation, I guess. Camelback is not really a vacation, but it's what I could do right now. So I'm taking the boys in August to Camelback. Has anyone ever been there? I have never been there and I'm really excited. All right, so we're going to line the pillow now just around with this pretty lace. And before I do that, I think I don't even know if I need to close this up. I'm not going to close this up just yet. I had intended to glue this down, but I'm going to leave it for now and then we'll see. I can always glue it later if we want it, but I kind of think it's cute up like that. So we'll see. We'll leave it.
This is interesting. So Elizabeth Kuna says she's never heard of windsocks, but then Lois and Connie at the same time says windsocks are at airports. They are orange and aid pilots with wind direction.
Huh.
So now I really don't know what a windsock is.
Terry, do you know what I was talking about before with the?
Yes, I know exactly the cylinder ones. Yes, I know exactly what you were talking about. And as you're saying that, I was thinking if somebody were to ask me what that was called, I wouldn't even know what the proper name of it is.
So is that not a windsock?
I guess not, because now Sue is also saying, yes, all airports have windsocks. All right, we're just going to look up what
You know what I'm going to do the first thing when I get off this live is, right?
Look at a windsock?
I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to look up windsock.
Okay, I've got it on here right now.
Oh, do you?
Yep. So apparently these are windsocks. Are y'all ready? Hold on.
Oh, you're showing.
I can't. I was going to show it, but I can't this way. So, okay. So it actually looks like a Dr. Seuss hat. It's red and white, but they are like, so if you were to put a cone on a pole, but it's red and white, and it I guess it would look like it's pointing. So yeah, I could see how it would be like something for the pilots, but it looks like a Dr. Seuss hat to me. Sorry, guys. the pictures that I'm looking at, they're red and white.
They're red and white?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I didn't know that these were called windsocks either. Alrighty. Well, we just learned something new today.
So does this thing that I'm making look like that, Terry?
Well, then they also have windsocks like on Etsy, and it looks like what you're making.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking like that's just kind of something like you would say, you know, like the wind chimes and just things like I don't know that it's specifically. Windsocks are simple cone-shaped fabric tubes used to indicate wind direction and to a lesser extent speed.
You see what you started, Lisa?
All the things that you all never wanted to know.
Tune in next time. Okay, so you see how that's looking? We're going to keep going.
That's so pretty.
And then we'll trim the whole thing.
What a good idea.
Now, I just got in this week something really cute. I have to see how these corners work because I have something, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to glue this properly without making a hot mess. And if not, even if it does come out okay, I have something to stick in these corners and I'm really excited about them. And I'll show you what they are in a second.
Elizabeth says, I am loving it.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Lynn, Create with D, and Elle says, I love it, Lisa.
Thanks, Lynn.
Lisa says, sorry.
No, listen, we're all getting an education.
Right? I mean, we love Creative Hour. We have different creators on all the time. I always am learning stuff on Creative Hour. Hey, who says it just needs to be crafting?
Okay, so as I go along, if you guys are going to use polyfill, if you're going to try this, as you glue down the edge, I really want it to get as close to the border as possible. So I'm finding that if while I'm pressing down the ribbon, if I push down on the pillow, it really flattens the paper so that you can get it kind of exactly where you want it. It's just trial and error, but that seems to be what's working for me. So we're going to stick with that. We're going to stick with that. It got quiet. Where did everybody go?
So Carol Ann says you can stamp USA on the bottom of the pillow thingy.
Where this piece, the flap?
I think that's what she means, yeah.
Yeah. could put a lot of different things. Yeah, I kind of
Mhm.
think I like it that it's just,
I like it that it's not closed.
yeah. But again, it's so simple to just go and close it if you wanted it closed. So
Pam says very pretty. Carol Ann says yes. That's what she was talking about.
and if anybody sneak kind of peek, it's not going to be this exact one that I'm using, and I didn't bring the bag in with me, but I scored a whole bag of this type of ribbon. That's, you know, ribbed, or what's the word for that? Where it's like scrunched together. Like trimming ribbon, basically. I scored a whole bag of it, and it's all different. Some of them have like satin pieces woven through, different colors, blues, pinks, yellows. So if you're in the market for any kind of like trimming pieces like this, I have a bunch, and they will be available next Saturday.
Lois says ruffled.
Ruffled, thanks, Lois.
Stars would look cute on the white bottom flap too, Vincetta says.
Who said that?
Vincetta?
We may. I'm going to show you. We're going to get there in about 2 minutes.
Lynn wants to know when you're going to Camelback in August because she wants to make sure not to make any other plans.
Yes, we are booked for the weekend of the 23rd. So we'll be there Friday night. We're going to go up after work and camp. So we're not going to get there till late, probably not till like 11, but then we'll be there all day Saturday and probably most of the day Sunday. So
how far is that from you?
I don't know. Somebody was telling me I thought it was about 2.5 or 3 hours, but someone the other day said it might be like 4 hours. So whatever it is, I didn't even Google it. I just booked it. I know it's in Pennsylvania. I didn't think it was.
So I don't know anything about. Is this like camping grounds or what is?
They do stuff in the winter where you can take lifts, and I don't know if you can
Ooh.
or something, but it's an indoor water park.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hotel, so you lodge there. You know.
Yeah. So we have one of those over here. Oh, how fun.
Yeah. When Aiden was younger, we took him right by where this place is. There's a place called Great Wolf Lodge. We had taken.
That's what we have here.
Yeah, and I loved that, but I feel like, you know, that's really kind of like young. So
it's funny because we live in, you know, it's not a tiny town, but a smaller town compared to the ones that are around us. Mm-hmm. And so it's really odd that we have that here. But you know, I've never been in it because obviously you can't just go into the water slide. You have to be staying there. So I've never actually been in there, but yeah.
Are you in like a touristy town?
No, that's the thing. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think where this is, there's like a lot of these type of parks and stuff. So I think it is intended like for that type of stuff. But I'm excited.
So Lynn says, no plans yet, but that is my grandson's birthday weekend. We'll have to see if my daughter has anything in the works.
Okay.
Grace, I'm not sure, says Poconos.
Lynn, how far is that from the Poconos? I love the Poconos. If you've never been there and you're ever in the Pennsylvania region, you got to go there. You guys see how that's coming along?
That's so cute. I love that, Lisa.
Now, I intended to go, and I think I still should, to do the lace on the bottom too, right? Yeah.
Yes. My nephew lives in PA, and to go to his house is a 4-hour trip from our house, says Elizabeth.
You know what, though, Elizabeth, PA is really tricky because the Poconos is like from where you and I are, it's maybe like 2.5 hours, that type of thing. But like Pittsburgh, I've driven to, it's like 8 hours.
Holy guacamole.
Yeah. So Many.
Tina Surf House says Camelback is 30 minutes for me.
Oh wow. Well, if we have enough friends of the page or creators that are close to there, maybe we'll do a meetup.
Right? That would be so fun.
Right?
Nikki Hunter says, I need to scoot. Gonna make waffles for my wee family for breakfast. They're home.
Nice.
Bye, Nikki.
Thank you for coming, Nikki.
Oh, Lynn says, how far is what from the Poconos?
Camelback. Like this place that we'd be going to, how far is that from the Poconos? We're getting there. We're getting there. We're rounding the last corner.
You know, I even say this when we do like the mystery box events and stuff, but you're such a calm crafter.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's...
I haven't looked at the time until just now, and you're so calm when you're crafting, and it's just like I feel like I'm like all the time though.
People have told me that. They say that that's why they like to watch me. You're quiet and you're soft.
Yeah, you're calm. It's very calming. That's why I always say, if you guys want peace and tranquility, I am not your gal. I'll start sending them to you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no.
But then you know what? Then this is like my time to be peaceful and quiet, because as soon as I shut that live off, I'm gonna go in the house and it's gonna be like, you know.
See, that's why mine is called Crafting Chaos, because that's exactly what it goes. Although, y'all, I might just jinx it, but have y'all noticed that the doorbell has not rang, nor have the dogs barked? So this is probably the first ever.
There you go.
Okay, so Grace says 2.5 hours from her.
2.5 hours, Grace?
I'm from Pittsburgh area originally, now in Maryland, says Stacy.
All right.
Yeah, Lisa Middlemiss says, yes, she is very calm and I love it.
Oh, thank you. And not in here. In here, it's like... It doesn't feel that way in my brain.
I always say, yeah. Nobody wants to get in there because you probably never make your way back out. So Sue is saying Camelback is about 30 minutes from Poconos.
Oh, really? So then, yeah, I guess it would be probably like between 3 and 4 hours, because like I said, although we're going to be going so late at night, so we won't be hitting any of the traffic.
Which is going to be nice.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll make it be like maybe, I'm hoping only a 3 or 3.5 hour trip, which isn't too bad.
Oh, now I love that kind of stuff. So Margaret says Camelback also has many outdoor activities: zip lines, zip liner, mountain coasters, HTV tours, and many more.
Yes.
That sounds like my type. I love that stuff.
I didn't know any of that until last night at like 1 a.m. after I booked it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a blast.
I was looking at all the other things and I was like, oh, I didn't even know they have zip lining. We're just going to do the water this time because I have Mikey with me and, you know.
Oh, wait a minute. So Lynn says, no, Camelback is in the Poconos. I live 10 minutes from it.
Oh.
And okay. Catherine says the same thing. Camelback is in the Poconos.
Okay. So maybe it's like the further end maybe of the Poconos. I don't know how big the Poconos are, but when we used to go to the Poconos, we used to go to, I think it's called Big Bear. It's like a ski lift, but in the summertime, they have a blues festival there. And it's so much fun. We used to drive up there because when I was in my 20s, my boyfriend at the time, his cousin owned a house like right there on the mountain. And we would walk to the lift and to the festival. And in the winter, we would go and ski there. It was so much fun. So
that sounds awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that used to be about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive. So
Oh, Miss Connie, he's running around here. He's around here. So Leveda says, Terry, when my dogs hear your intro song and voice, they know it's dinner time and will stare at me until I get up and get it to them. The days you're not on, I have to set a 3 p.m. alarm.
oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Sissy says she loves that you are calming.
Thank you, Sissy. I have glue strings all over me now. Okay, so let me hold her up so you can see. I think she turned out adorable.
I love it.
I mean, you could just stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
This would be so stinking cute. Anywhere, you could hang this in your house. Just,
Yep.
Hanger.
Do like a little lacy or one of the ribbon hangers or anything like that.
So again, her tails are really long, but once I'm finished, I'm going to hang it somewhere, wherever I think I might want it. I might put this in the auction too, the sale. So we'll see. But I'll put it where I think I would want to put it, and I'll see like how long I want the tails. So I'm not going to cut them now, but I will leave them uneven, like different layers, because I like that look. It makes it look a little bit, a little bit old or something. All right, so now let me show you what I was thinking for the corners if they came out yucky, but I actually was able to do it pretty decently. I surprised myself. Let me see.
Everybody's really loving it.
Here's a sample of the laces I was telling you about because I wasn't sure which one I was.
So you didn't say where you scored it from.
Oh, I scored a bag, 2 of these bags filled. These are just the ones I considered for this craft, but I have 2 of these filled. I just got them at a sale, a yard sale.
Oh.
So I have a bunch of these that are just wrapped. I mean, I don't know how much ribbon is on them, but there's tons of different colors. Like I said, there's satin ribbons running through some of them. So if you're looking for any of this type of ribbon, come back next weekend.
I love that.
Where are my stars? Oh, no. Oh, here they are. I was just about to be really upset. So I just got these in. Each bag I have has 50, so there's 50 of these for me to start making my flags. But if you guys deal with fabrics or making pillows or things with clothing, then you probably know how these work. I don't. They're fabric tacks.
Oh, the tacks.
So they've got the spikes on the back. I don't know how to use that. I don't intend on using it. I'm just planning on sticking a little glue and poking it in. I'll figure it out. I just got them in the day before yesterday, and I haven't had a chance to play with them yet. Oh, that's going to be really cute. I'm going to poke one in and then show you.
Oh, yes.
Right? All right. Let's stick that, and then we'll put one in each corner. I just want to see how they look. What do you guys think? Do you like the stars?
Grace says, wow. Pam says, turned out beautiful. Put a little bling on the pillow or even down certain streamers. Instead it says cute. Lisa says, screw them in? Screw them in. Aren't these the ones you pound? And then the prongs, like, you know how they star out? You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't have anything to pound them with. I'm just going to push them in now. But yes, I'm going to try that. I will try to pound them with something later. But they're spiky in the back, so you could just glue them, or you see that they're coming through the other end. But yes, I'm imagining if I pounded that, it would bend the pointy parts.
Yes. Sissy says stars are good in corners. Sandy says so cute. Connie says hi to Troy. Margaret says stars look great. Definitely stars, says Stacy.
Is that Sandy Morgant or a different Sandy?
Youngkin.
Nope, different Sandy. I thought it was our Sandy from the event next week.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm so excited. She's never done a live. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
It's going to be her first time ever, but
y'all.
we
gotta make sure we're all there supporting. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be there, but we need to support.
Her page is called Refashion Passion. She makes things like this all the time. She uses a lot of fabrics, a lot of clothing. She decoupages onto like jean jackets and does that type of stuff. She makes so much incredible stuff. And I'm like, girl, you have to do some lives. Like, get your stuff out there. So I can't believe she agreed to do the sale. It's her first live, so I'm so excited.
This is going to be one good way to get her out there.
Definitely. And she's a lot of fun. She's a funny gal.
Yeah, when she posted pictures, I was cracking up. At first, I was like, and then because when the pictures come out so small on the phone, so at first I thought, what does she have on her face? And then I realized what it was, and I started cracking up. So she posted. Lisa asked for pictures of us, like headshots for the flyers and stuff, and Sandy just sent the funniest picture. She had it's a mask, right?
Yeah,
like a face. So it's a face mask, and the mouth part was doing something really quirky and funny, and I was cracking up. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my goodness.
She's funny. She's just a great person. She always volunteered. Like when we started the mystery boxes, she was like one of the first people to be like, I want to send, the creator something. And then she got Miss Grace, and she happens to live really close to Grace, like close enough to just drop it off there. So she did. She just dropped off her mystery package, and it was like a humongous.
Wasn't that big old hunkin' box?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And then she sent me craft supplies like around that time. I think the box weighed like 14 pounds. She sent me so much stuff. That's where I got my very first trimming from.
Because I remember Miss Grace looking through the box, and she was like, I can't show you guys everything, but look at this box. And it was humongous.
So much.
So yes, Lisa does have a Telegram. I see Miss Connie. Yes, she does have a Telegram.
What do you guys think? You like them?
Those are perfect.
All right. So we could do, I don't even know what time it is, but we could do tons of things here. What do you guys think I should put on here? Or should we just leave it?
Oh, Grace says she lives close to me. We're getting together soon. So cool.
Sandy, you getting together with Sandy? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got to post pictures. I love that. I can't wait to meet as many of you guys as I can. You guys are all on the East Coast, so we'll have to figure out some way to make that happen one day. I'm assuming, Lisa, they can get to your Telegram from your link tree, correct? Yes, my Telegram is in there, and I apologize to anybody who follows my Telegram. I haven't been live in a while, so I forgot to Telegram today. So if you go into the little chain link that is at the bottom there, Miss Connie, Lisa's Telegram, our link tree, I do have it in the description. Oh, you know what? Shiitake, you guys. Are you on? You're on Decoupage Queen's page, so the chat bot isn't going to work for Lisa's page. Yeah, I don't have chat bot set up, if that's what you mean. Yeah, well, she did exclamation point on Decoupage Queen, but it wouldn't even get to you even if you did. Pretties do you guys want to see on here, or none? So Pam says stars are perfect in the corner. I don't have my little picker pen. I'm so upset. Like you lost it, or you just don't have it? I might have lost it. Ooh, what is that? Oh, Miss Linda, is that for Miss Lisa? That looks like a very weird telegram. Oh, my.
Okay, so Miss Linda and Sue are putting in Miss Lisa's Telegram link. It's very long. I've never seen a Telegram link that long.
Are you sure it's my Telegram?
I don't. It's a lot of gibberish, but I'm assuming
a lot
that's
of
it.
things in the Telegram. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things in there that I have to remove, and that was one of the things I was trying to do last night. So maybe you grabbed the wrong link.
I didn't. No, yeah. Miss Linda is saying that it's your Telegram, so maybe it's just. Let me look. I know I have you on my Telegram, but I don't know if it lets me grab your link like that.
All right, you guys, until I can get this figured out, I'm just going to put a few on so you can get the gist of what they're going to look like. Because this tube, I have 2 tubes and they're both giving me a fit.
Okay, so Miss Linda said that is from her page. So.
Yeah, I didn't know if, I know there's like something in there for Totally Dazzled, you know, like affiliate links.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the stuff that's in there at this point is not really up to date. So, okay, let me try and get a few more on.
Okay, thank you, Miss Connie. Miss Connie found it and joined. Thank you, Miss Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Sue. Miss Linda just shortened it.
You guys are good because I have a hard time figuring out links and all that stuff. So you are good.
Lynn, you're not seeing it because Lisa is on Decoupage Queen's Creative Hour. And when I stream the lives, I am across a couple of different platforms. So I'm on YouTube, Facebook, on DQ, Lisa's Facebook. So I see comments from all the pages. So I'm answering everyone. Who's going to be on next Saturday? It'll be Tater Buggin', Lindy Tate. Miss Lindy Tate.
Miss Lindy.
Miss Lynn.
Oh, Teri, I don't know if this is funny or what. I thought it was funny. We were
okay.
As part of the Craft Around the Clock, like one of the things that Tracy Campbell is trying to help a lot of the hosts with is, you know, getting their YouTube set up and all of that. And she was going through some of our YouTube pages and just seeing like what she thought when she typed in your name, if she could find you easily, like all that type of stuff, you know, just to give some advice. And she typed in my page name on YouTube, and the first things that were coming up were all of the Decoupage Queen lives.
Gotcha. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, it looks like she's, you know, been mentioned or something by this page, Decoupage Queen. And I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Yep.
So.
Is I put, yeah, so it's important when we have our creators on that, you know, it not only gets streamed to their page, but that, you know, they are credited and everybody knows who our creators are. So your name is all over the place.
Realize that, and I don't really do the YouTube too much, so I have to go over and make sure that I follow Decoupage Queen there. I think I followed you recently there.
Yeah, because I do the same thing when I'm live every day. I'm on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So
yeah, if you guys don't follow Teri on YouTube, do that, because from what I hear, it's a lot more fun over there.
Yes. There are a lot of they you know, it's just a lot. it's a lot more laid back on YouTube. There's just, FB just gets so cranky anymore.
Like, I think you have a little bit more freedom of speech.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, so, you do.
If you've ever felt like, oh, I want to say this, but I don't think I should type of thing, I think YouTube, if you watch some of the creators over there, you might be able to do that.
And, the screen is already set up over there for, the way that DQ and the way that I stream. And it actually gives you a bigger, you see the full screen, you have your comments on the side. It's just I don't know. And it's not as cranky. I don't get as many nasty messages from. Actually, I don't get any from YouTube.
You don't?
No. Mm-mm.
How long have you been doing lives over there?
Probably consistently like the last year and a half. But I've been on YouTube for a long, long time because whenever we posted for the design team and everything, we always posted to our page as well. So I've had tutorials out there for a long time on Pent Art products and whatnot. But as far as me going live consistently, it's, I don't know, maybe 2 years, a year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Grace. Yeah, it's not as stressful over there. Joy's over there now. So. And Sue, who I say is my online mom, she says that if I ever not go live on YouTube, she's never talking to me again.
Oh no.
She refuses to go onto the book. She's on the book just to share links and whatnot, but she just refuses to deal with the book.
Yeah, that one day when I first realized I needed to join you over there, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And what you can do, you guys, is when you're watching over there, was I figuring that part out right? Where when you're watching over there, you can still like use your device.
Yeah. You can go out of there and do text messages or go into Facebook and the video still stays in place. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. FB used to be like that. And
yes.
Then it stopped. So I don't know what happened, but I like that feature a lot because sometimes I really want to watch somebody or just support their page, but
something else happens. Like for me, like if I'm ordering groceries or I have something else or somebody messages me, then I lose it. And so
it's definitely a nice feature to be able to do that, and I don't get much time on my own page as it is. So I used to like to be able to like manage my own page while watching a creator. You can't do that.
Yeah. And if you are someone who likes to cast to their television, it's so much easier to cast on YouTube. So if for me, like my eyesight is horrible. So, if I pop my contacts out, I'd rather just watch on my big screen. So I could just cast it right over to my TV and it's already it's already formatted properly. So, thank you, Carol Ann. So Lynn says, I'm overly frustrated with the book. They did me dirty big time.
They did, Lynn. They did. Her page got unpublished for like, there's no reason, there's no excuse. And she had like 120, is that right, Lynn? 1,000 followers. She did nothing wrong. They claimed the page like it was a copied page or something.
Oh my
goodness. It was all her own original content. And she never like shared, like as most of us, we don't share other creators' lives and stuff on our pages. So there was no reason for what they were saying. It wasn't valid, but they would not respond to her or give her reason or even investigate it for her.
She had 176,000, she said. Yeah, see, and then with this whole thing about, them deleting, because I had a bunch of people asking me, well, what do I do? What are you going to do? And I said, I don't care because all of my videos are on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
And I also stream on StreamYard, so I have a video library. So all of the videos get saved there, and then I delete them as I want, So I've always had a backup for it, so I didn't care. And even when I do classes, I put them on private on YouTube and put the link in the group to YouTube. So yeah, but yeah, they make it difficult. Oh, I love that, Lisa.
You guys like?
So it's gonna not only be flowing in the wind, it's gonna catch the light of the sun whenever it hits the sparkle. So pretty.
I don't honestly, like I said, I had thought about doing something up on the stars on her head, but I don't know. I don't think I need to.
I don't think you need, maybe if anything, maybe stickles or something, but I don't even think it's necessary. I think the flags are perfect because it just, whenever you're shifting it and the way that it's sparkling, oh, it's beautiful.
And then we've got our stars in the corner to close that out.
Yes.
So that's the thing she really needs. There were a few other things I played around with, and I will contemplate those later. But just to give you guys an idea, and you can let me know in the comments what you think. I played around with adding like 2 or 3 over here, and then 2 or 3 over here, and then some over here, or just randomly scattering some more of those fabric stars. You know what I mean? Just so that there's something of interest down here, but I don't know if it needs it. I'll show you.
Everybody's saying that it's beautiful. They love it. Elizabeth says, I want to make this.
Like that,
Oh,
you see?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Like
I
just
like that. Just like some here and there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Just long. So I'll see. I'll have to think about that, but I won't do that now. What do you guys think as far as a hanger for this? She's not really super antique-y, so we could just do one of our pieces of fabric. We could do the lace. We could do, I have pearls. I don't know where I put them. I contemplated putting the pearl into
Everybody likes the random stars on the ribbon.
You do? Okay, I'll do that. I won't do that right now because I don't know what time it is, but Mikey just came up from downstairs. So momentarily, he'll be tugging at me. But I want to show you guys what this would look like also. I had contemplated putting over the piece of the lace some pearl. Is that too much? Or is that good? What do we think?
Well, hello. Vera says, hello from California. I love Decoupage Queen. First time watching you, Lisa. I love your craft today.
Thanks, Vera. And welcome.
So Miss Linda says red fabric. Miss Lois says blue fabric. Fiona says a piece of ribbon for the hanger. So
we could do pearl. We could do the red.
I actually did like the red, but yes, add the pearls. Good because it makes it look more finished with the pearls. Yes, add the pearls. Yes, to the pearls. Everybody's saying yes.
I figured they would. I liked the pearls too. I probably should have.
Oh. Mary Casey says you could braid the red, white, and blue fabric for the hanger.
Know, I thought of that too, and I will do that. I will try that because I can always pop this off. I just want you guys to see what it looks like with some hanger on it before we get off. For some reason, maybe I just need to use more pieces of fabric. Anytime I try to do that, I don't really get the it doesn't really come out. Like you don't really see the red
effect that you're wanting.
Yeah. So not that it looks bad, but you don't get that red, white, and blue effect. So
gotcha.
Do this upside down? No. But my star popped off. Hang on. Yeah, so I don't know. I did think to do that though. But I kind of like the red.
Yeah, I like the red when you help that up. Elizabeth says, I love the red, and yes, add the pearls. Fiona says, red, yes, pearls. Grace says, pearls, and yes, red for the hanger.
Seems unanimous.
Yes.
Okay. just get this up. I don't think I want the hanger to be too long though. Just a nice short one.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that. Like that. I'm so glad this turned out even just like decent, because I was really worried, but I was really hopeful about it because like I said, I love my patriotic crafts, and I got really excited for this one. I think it's my first patriotic one of the year.
Is it?
I think it is. And now I won't stop probably until like November.
That's very surprising to me.
I know. I haven't been on live crafting in a while.
Well, yeah.
So, and you know, like before this was Easter and Mother's Day. So
Right.
if I had got on, I probably would have done like an Easter craft. In fact, I think that was my last craft, an Easter one. So, but now you guys are probably going to get sick of my patrioticness. Okay. So there.
I love it.
These are stars.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
And she'll hang. She'll hang just like that.
It's perfect.
So I think we're going to finish it there. I will add, I probably will put in the stars along the strands.
Yes.
And I will trim with the pearls for sure. And then I will definitely post a picture because she's just about complete. So that's it. That is my cute.
Awesome sauce.
Yay.
Alrighty, y'all. Let's get this wheel up there.
Yay. Congratulations. I already said
Good luck.
good luck is what I meant to say.
All right, let's shuffle up these names, and here we go.
And thank you, Troy, for putting them on.
I know, right?
That's
if anybody's
awesome.
name is spelled wrong, that is not my fault. Mary Casey.
Congratulations, Mary.
Mary Casey, congratulations, Mary. Mary, please email me. I don't need to tell you how to spell my name, but hey, you know, TERI@decoupagequeen.com. Email me your address, and I will send you out your goodie bag. So congratulations, Mary. I love it. I love it. And it's such a good idea. And y'all, look at how easy. Something so effective and beautiful. I love that.
And you can just make the pillow. You can use this as a bowl filler.
Yes.
Out the, you know.
Or like you were even saying, like a little handbag. You could go the other way and do a little handbag. That would be totally cute too.
I can't wait to see it when the stars are on. I think that's going to look really cool.
Mm-hmm. But I like the little, see how when you shift it, you see how when it looks like the stars are lighting up the way you've done it, like it's little lights. Yay. Yeah. Wait, was that TERI? Yes, Smarty Pants. TERI. You see what? Alrighty, everybody. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your Saturday and rest of your weekend. Lisa, as always, thank you so very much for being
here. My pleasure. Thank you. I love you.
See you next Saturday, same time, same place with Miss Lindy Tate. Talk to y'all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.